Yes, the Gemara says that there were 10 levels of magic, of witchcraft that were given to the world. 9 of them were given to the Egyptians. So the Egyptians had something called necromancers. And these people had literally black magic where they were able to manipulate reality. That's why when Moshe Rabbeinu came to Paro and he showed him how his staff, how his stick turned into a snake, Paro wasn't impressed. Why? He had 3 of his necromancers come and turn their sticks into alligators. Like, oh, a little snake. Oh, we have alligators here. But then he saw that the snake ate the alligators, so then he got scared a little bit. But the point is, Rabotai, is that magic was always around. The Egyptians were so powerful in their magic that they actually made statues as the guards of the country. And that's the reason why Am Yisrael got to a level of depression so heavy that they wouldn't even waste any time trying to run away. You know, if you're a prisoner, you try to run away. If you have a chance, you see a door opening, you run away. If you're a normal prisoner, you see an open door, you run away. You don't want to be, even if you're guilty, you want to run away. If you're innocent, you want to run away. It doesn't make it. No one wants to be a prisoner. Am Yisrael didn't try to run away. Why? Anyone that tried to run away died. Because at the corners of all the cities, they had huge, gigantic statues that were able to move and kill the people. Anyone that left, crossed the border, statues will kill him. That's how much magic, black magic, the Egyptians have. Black magic still exists today. I know a few people that know people, and I've seen it in their own eyes, but there's also kosher magic. There's something called Kabbalah Ma'asit. Kabbalah Ma'asit is using the holiness of Torah in order to manipulate reality. I have a dear friend, he's an Avrech in Yerushalayim. He has shown people, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but my rabbi saw it, and many other really reliable people, tzaddikim, have seen it with their own eyes, that he can manipulate reality. Create fire out of nothing in his hand, in your hand. Bend spoons with his mind. Things that you see magicians do, but actually do it with Kedusha. Do it with Kedusha. Now here you look at him, he looks like an average Joe. He looks like an average Joe, nothing special. But Baruch Hashem, he knows how to do certain things that are unbelievable. So there is kosher, there is non-kosher. The stuff that you see on TV, for example, whether it's all these illusionists, they call them, for the most part, it's just a hand-eye coordination, it's technology working its magic, and things like that. Most of it is complete nonsense. Most of it is just fooling people to make you look over here while they're doing something over there. It's just hand-eye coordination and just fooling people. Most of it. Sometimes, there are certain people that know how to use black magic. And they can actually manipulate reality with it. And the way these people do it is by using the kochot atum'ah, the impure powers of the world that come from shedim, from demons. And they make, in essence, a deal with the devil, if you will, in simple lingo. And they do certain things that they give them something, and they get something in return. And usually, for example, if you've ever met, or hopefully you never did and you never will, but if you ever met like a devil worshiper, like a real devil worshiper, not just somebody that says he is, but like a real devil worshiper, those people usually, their services or ceremonies, whatever you want to call it, are full of blood and semen. That's what they eject out of their body. They cut themselves or they ejaculate, because these things are what these demons want. That's what they want. They want your seed, they want your blood. You give them that, they'll give you whatever you want. They'll give you money, they'll give you whatever you want. But once you're in, you can't get out. Once you give them what they want, to get out requires death. So that's why these people become slaves. Unfortunately, in the beginning they feel good, but eventually they become slaves of their own power. The point being, Rabotai, is that yes, it is real. Some people actually know how to use it. There are different parts of the world that know more about it than others. For example, some of my dear friends from Haiti told me that they grew up seeing black magic in their own houses, where people would manipulate reality, voodoo and things of that nature. And some people just, saw it elsewhere. Or they know from Sipuret Tzadikim, from the books. We see many, many Sipurim from the Gemara even. One of these Reshaim went into a bathhouse and saw 2 of the Tzadikim. After he saw one of them, he used black magic and froze him in place. Froze him in place. So the tzaddikim saw what's going on. He's frozen. What's going on? Oh, and they realized it's coming from this Rasha over there. So they also had power, but kosher power. They froze him in place. They said, let him go, we'll let you go. And that's what happened. So the Gemara talks about it in many places. A lot of beautiful stories in the Gemara, by the way. Mystical stuff. If you like mysticism, if you like all these types of things, the Gemara is full of it. The Midrashim are full of it. Judaism is full of it. Miracles are literally in every single page of the Torah. All the stuff that you see in movies, whether it's stuff like the superheroes or all of these different things, all of them have sources in the Torah. Anything and everything that's of any value, anything and everything that's any good in the world has a source in the Torah. Like, for example, all the superheroes. Anybody hear of the Hulk, the green guy? Okay, by the way, he is a replica of Yehuda. Yehuda, Shevet Yehuda, the son of Yaakov. Son of Yaakov, you look at the Midrash Me'am Loez, the third installment. You go to the parasha, it says the War of the 12 Tribes. War of the 12 Tribes, and it describes all of the superpowers that each one of the tribes, each one of the sons of Yaakov had. Yehuda, when he would get angry, when he would go to war, he would roar, and it would literally destroy buildings. And copper would come out of his body. And he had superhuman powers. Naphtali, also one of the tribes, was able to run from Egypt all the way to Eretz Yisrael in 1 second. Like this Flash, I think it's called, in superheroes. All the stuff you guys see in superhero movies, it came from the Torah. There's no imagination. There's nothing, no imagination in the world. Everything that's of any value is inside the Torah. Everything that's of any value is inside the Torah. So you can see a lot of beautiful things in the Torah. Even vampires and werewolves, all these different types of stuff exists in the Torah. Harry Potter is a nice story of how somebody used a broom to fly around and do some interesting things. But yes, that also exists in the Torah. Gemara says that Rabban Gamliel was president, and he promised that once he became president, he is going to kill all of the witches. He's going to kill all of the witches. But he knew that as soon as the witches went on their brooms and they started flying, there's no power in the world that can stop them. So what did he do? He said to one of the witches, he says, listen, where do you guys? I want to meet you. I want to show you my tricks. You show me your tricks. So she told him where they're going to be. So he went there on a rainy day. It was really dark because that's when they have their ceremonies. And he went there with 80 avrechim, 80 tzaddikim he went with. And he told him, listen, cover your clothes so when you come there, the rain goes on other clothes, but then we go inside the cave, you take off the clothes, put new clothes on. And you wait in the dark until I give you the signal. Okay, so they all waited in the cave in the dark. He went inside and he saw all the witches over there. And he said to them, "No, show me some of your tricks." So the witches showed him some tricks. Showed him some tricks, this, that, the other thing. So they said, okay, so you're here already. Show us your trick. He said, I can show you that I can make 80 people appear right now in 1 second and lift all of you guys in the air. So you can do that? Show us. Said, voila. He made it dark, he made it light. All of the 80 guys came inside and lifted them all up in the air. Now, they're all excited, but what happened? They lost all their power because they're in the air. They're in the hands of the Jews. So after that, they tied them all up and they killed everybody. Why? Because the Torah says, "Machshefa lo techaye." Torah has a rule: someone that uses witchcraft is not allowed to live. If you know somebody uses witchcraft, you have to kill him. Now today we don't have a Sanhedrin; we're not allowed to kill anybody. But there's a rule in the Torah, there's a pasuk in the Torah: "Machshefa lo techaye." If you know somebody's a machshefa, is a wizard using black magic, you have to kill them. So that's what they had to do. And these witches would literally fly in the air and do all types of things and torture people.